The film begins with the voice of a man telling a story to an interviewer. The film never reveals her name, but she can be called Lily after the actress playing her. Throughout, the interviewer frequently interrupts and irritates the storyteller, a recurring dynamic that sets the tone. Lily is the main character of Monolith, and the whole story unfolds inside her house, with the audience experiencing everything solely from her perspective. The film's style is unusual. Instead of visually showing events, it relies on Lily's storytelling and the viewer's imagination. Lily works as a journalist and runs a podcast called Beyond Believable, where she explores strange stories, unsolved mysteries, hoaxes, and unusual events, investigating the facts to find the truth. Some time ago, she published a controversial story that badly backfired and damaged her career. Even after apologizing, the scandal still haunts her, so she is desperate for a real story to redeem herself. Stressed and frustrated, she keeps receiving bizarre messages and fake stories from attention seekers. One day, she notices a mysterious email titled, "The Truth Will Out," mentioning a woman named Florami King, a brick, and including a 2002 photo with Florami's phone number. The message feels different and possibly real, but when Lily tries to reply, the email bounces. She calls the number, and a woman named Florami King answers amid party noise. When Lily mentions the brick, Florami's tone shifts. She moves to a quieter room and asks, who told Lily about it? Lily explains the email came from an unknown source and might have gone to others, urging Florami to share what she knows. Reluctant at first, Florami says it is a painful, decades-old memory, but finally agrees to talk, allowing Lily to record the call. Florami explains that about 20 years ago, she worked for a wealthy family, cleaning, cooking, and caring for their children. They were kind and even promised a scholarship for my daughter, Paula. One day, their expensive furniture was found covered in deep scratches. They accused Paula, though she swore she was innocent, and no one believed her, not even me, though she never admitted it. When Lily asks who really did it, Florami falls silent, then says, "Soon after, I received a black, mysterious brick. I don't remember how it came to me. It just appeared. I'd never seen anything like it." The family later took the brick from Florami, claiming it was payment for the damage, which angered her. When she threatened to go to the authorities, they fired her, and without her consent, sold the brick to a German art collector named Klaus Lang, whose name and website Lily soon finds. Florami says all her years of work went to waste, that they insulted her, took everything, and she never saw them or the brick again, but she still remembers its energy and feels something about it was unfinished. Before she can say more, Paula grabs the phone and warns Lily never to call again. Determined, Lily contacts the art dealer Klaus about the brick. He's surprised it's being mentioned after so many years, but says he knows exactly what she means. "Yes," he says, "the brick is fascinating, and I don't just have one, I've collected many." Shocked, Lily asks if there is more than one, and Klaus replies that he has dozens, collected over years, and that his first also simply appeared in his house, though he avoids explaining how. He explains that a friend once scanned the bricks with volumetric technology and found hundreds of symbols hidden inside. He doesn't know what language or civilization they belong to, but admits the symbols in his brick felt personal, as if they were speaking directly to him and reminding him of his past. Klaus says the day he found the brick, he had a strange daydream in which he saw a terrifying creature in his bathtub, but somehow knew it was his dead brother, who had died young of a heart condition. After touching the brick, he felt it could read his darkest secrets, including his buried guilt for secretly wishing his brother dead because everyone loved him more, and he admits a part of him felt relief and that the brick somehow knew. Lily assumes it's just imagination or hallucination, but Klaus insists the brick carried a message from somewhere far away. When Lily asks if it's alien, he only says maybe, then offers to sell her a brick. She refuses and mentions that the one he bought from the Australian family actually belonged to their maid, which he avoids before ending the call. Convinced it is probably another hoax, Lily decides to investigate anyway and tells her friend Scott, who reveals she is being fired for writing against someone named Langley and advises her to rest, but she refuses because she needs this story. Later, she edits the brick recordings, removing parts that sound delusional so the events seem more believable. Lily releases the first episode of her podcast, hoping to attract people who might know more about the bricks. And the next morning, she is shocked to see it go viral. Her inbox fills with positive messages, theories, and strange experiences. Among them is an American woman named Laura, who claims she had a vision before receiving her brick, in which she jumped out of her office window from the top floor of a tall building, only to find herself suddenly back at her desk, with colleagues insisting she had never left. Terrified, Laura still has the brick, but cannot explain how she got it, only saying it appeared with no memory of when or how. When Lily asks for a photo, Laura hesitates and becomes emotional, so Lily ends the call, assuming she is lying. As the podcast spreads, more people reach out, including a man who says his grandfather once owned a brick and warns Lily to stay away, though she insists on knowing the truth. He eventually agrees to talk off the record and explains that his grandfather began having strange visions after receiving the brick. The old man had once had an affair resulting in an illegitimate son. He later saw the boy at a mall, but to the boy he was a stranger. Months after becoming obsessed and claiming the son visited him every night while he apologized to an empty chair, both the boy and the brick vanished, and the grandfather seemed like someone else had taken his place. The man warns Lily that the bricks are extremely dangerous, like a disease spreading between people, and says her podcast will only make things worse, but she refuses to stop. Soon she receives volumetric scans of the bricks, clearly showing symbols inside, and sends them to a linguist to decode. Around this time, a massive brick-shaped form briefly appears above her house, though it is unclear if it is real or imagined. Lily begins to change. She stops eating, feels constantly ill, and even her pet turtle refuses food. The linguist later calls back to say the symbols match no known language and could be random or from another world, with each brick having unique symbols tied to its owner's life, like a personal story, though there is no proof they are alien. He asks whether she believes it is real or just wants to believe, and Lily remains silent. While she is in the shower, the doorbell rings. Startled, she rushes out, finds no one there, only a parcel on the doorstep, brings it inside and opens it, expecting a brick. Instead, she finds a flash drive which she plugs into her laptop. There is only one video file, and when she plays it, she is stunned to see footage from her own childhood, her 9th birthday, celebrating with family, and her younger self talking about a black brick she received as a gift. Shocked, Lily calls her father, but his phone is off, so she leaves a message as many questions race through her mind. Then her attention shifts to the papers inside the box, which when arranged, form the same mysterious symbol marked on the box. Terrified, she feels someone is toying with her and suspects Klaus, the German art dealer, so she angrily calls him and threatens to go to the police if it is his trick. Klaus sounds frightened and insists he is innocent, but when Lily demands to see the brick and he shows her a room over video, he suddenly panics, whispering that his brother is there before screaming. The call cuts off, and when she tries to call back, his phone is dead. Believing the world needs to know, Lily shares everything on her podcast, saying she must continue even if her life is at risk.
The next morning, a researcher named Shiloh Lawrence contacts her, explaining she once wrote about a similar conspiracy theory after hearing of it from a coworker studying a rare neurological disorder linked to strange incidents worldwide. During the Cold War, many suspected Russian experiments, and Shiloh once read a secret memo suggesting the disease spread when an infected person talked about it, almost like a virus transmitted through sound, before the government shut the research down and her colleague disappeared, likely infected. Shiloh warns Lily that if it truly spreads through sound, her podcast could be infecting people. Fear grows in Lily, as Scott later calls, urging her to stop because it might be a cruel hoax.
But she refuses, determined to save her career. That night, while replaying her childhood birthday video, Lily notices a woman in the background and realizes it is Flora Mee King, the same woman from the first mysterious email. Seeing Flora Mee in her childhood video shocks Lily and makes her suspect that Scott is right and that Flora and Paula may be staging a cruel scam for money. Determined to uncover the truth, she calls Flora and threatens to go to the police. Already upset that her story was twisted for the podcast, Flora becomes terrified. When Lily demands to know why she appears in the childhood video, Flora finally reveals that the family story she told was actually about Lily's own family. Years ago, Lily's parents fired her, blamed Paula for the scratched furniture, took her black brick as compensation, and later sold it to Klaus. Yet Lily still doubts her until Paula joins the call, furious, and tells Lily, "You ruined our lives," before beginning to explain what she means. It was not Paula who ruined the furniture, but young Lily, who scratched it herself out of jealousy and then blamed Paula. Paula was smarter, loved by Lily's parents, and about to get a scholarship, which Lily could not stand. At first, Lily denies it, but as memories resurface, she finally recalls what she did. Just then, her father calls. When she asks about the flash drive, he knows nothing, and when she confronts him about Flora Mee and Paula, he coldly says what happened to them was the price of their mistake. Heartbroken, Lily accuses him of destroying a family over furniture and stealing their brick, and he explains that selling the valuable brick to Klaus was the only way to clear their debt, then adds that Lily herself had told them the brick was hers, matching the childhood video of her claiming it as a gift. Realizing her jealousy not only destroyed Paula's life, but also led her to lie to her parents, Lily is horrified. Crushed by guilt, she replays her father's words and realizes she has recorded the call, forcing a choice: expose the truth and ruin her family's name, or erase it forever. She deletes the recording. Moments later, her body convulses and she feels something forcing its way out of her throat, a black brick. In agony, she pulls it out and smashes it with a hammer, but the fragments reform into her exact mirror image, a duplicate of Lily. Stunned, she faces this clone, her alien-looking double, which steps closer. Trembling but resolute, Lily holds out her recorder and asks who it is and what it wants. The clone snatches the recorder and destroys it. Realizing she is in danger, Lily runs into the nearby woods, with the double following and mirroring her every move, calmly saying they are the same. Panicked, Lily attacks, and after a brutal struggle, one of them kills the other. Although the film never confirms which one survives, most assumed the real Lily kills her clone. She ties stones to the body, throws it into the water, returns home, and decides to tell the world her story, whether anyone believes her or not. In the final moments, her pet turtle, which had stopped eating, finally eats again, and the film ends. At first, Monolith appears to be a sci-fi mystery or conspiracy thriller, but it gradually reveals a deeper focus on truth, guilt, and hidden secrets. The black brick is not truly an alien artifact, but a symbol of human guilt, the inner weight people refuse to face, which remains buried until it forces its way out.
The recurring phrase, "the truth will out," from Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice, underscores the truth eventually surfaces. So while the film begins as a sci-fi tale, it ends as a reflection on conscience and emotion. Lily's clone is not a literal alien, but the embodiment of her suppressed guilt, the truth she tried to destroy, silenced for now, but never truly buried.